Hello, it's Father Samuel Hakim in New Remain with a word of hope for the 13th Sunday in Ordinary Time. Well, today in our Gospel we have Jesus heading toward Jerusalem. It's his final trip there. We know that when he gets there he will be crucified, will die, and eventually rise from the dead for our sake, offering us redemption. But as he travels with his disciples, they first get to a Samaritan village. And we hear that they are rejected, not allowed in because their destination is Jerusalem. James and John ask the Lord, "Do you want us to call down fire from heaven to consume them?" Jesus rebuked them, and they journeyed to another village. I'm recording this on Friday, January 24th, about an hour after the Supreme Court decision overturning Roe v. Wade has been announced. It's good news for our pro-life efforts, our pro-life work in the church, but our work cannot stop here. What surprised me, though, is that when I saw the article that announced this, the picture, the header image on the article was not of Supreme Court justices, was not of some image around abortion or the pro-life movement. No, it was the Supreme Court building surrounded by riot fencing. In fact, they are expecting not just protests, but a certain amount of violence to occur tonight, perhaps against the Supreme Court justices themselves, unfortunately as well, perhaps against certain Catholic churches, perhaps, unfortunately, even against some Catholics. It concerns me that in our country we've seen an uptick in violent outbursts when one side does not get its way, politically speaking. We saw it on January 6th, 2021, resorting to violence and destruction because a turnout did not end up as some wanted it to. We see it again now. We saw a little bit of it when the draft of this decision of the Supreme Court was leaked a few months back. And unfortunately, we will likely see it again. But what are we as Catholics to do in these situations? Well, we're called to be Christ-like, to receive the grace that we have received, and to put it in our life, becoming like Christ, who simply turns and goes to another village. Now, we can't just sort of leave the U.S. In fact, that's not what we're called to do. But we cannot resort to violence. That's easy to say when the violence is against us, right? But what about the violence in our hearts towards others? What about the times when we don't get our way, politically speaking or otherwise? Are we willing to let go of all forms of violence, to allow disappointment to come, to allow frustration and anger to well up, but not to turn toward violence against our brother and our sister? Because the only one who truly wants violence is the devil, the one who wants to see us divided. God's love is unifying, and we have work to do in being the beacons of that love here on earth. So it's up to us to do the hard work of love, to reach out to those who are angry, frustrated, and hurting at this decision, to make sure that all women get support that they need through unexpected pregnancies, to make sure that all avenues of life are upheld, are supported, financially and otherwise. Yes, we have work to do, and that work can never turn toward violence. So given the grace of Jesus Christ, may we too seek nonviolent answers as we seek to build up his kingdom here and now. God bless you, and know of my prayers.